cheap! Hey, Gerald, how's the spring cleaning going?
What's another word for exhausting? I swear it took forever to finish cleaning up this couch. Bed.
Oh, don't be so overdramatic. It can't be that bad.
Says the sheep that didn't spend the last hour cleaning the weird green gunk out of the sink.
Gerald, you know I was out searching for Greg the Great Evil, which I can confirm has moved somewhere in this city.
Oh, really? Well, I guess it's a good thing I happen to be getting my master's in the same place that Greg is stationed. You know, otherwise this would have been really inconvenient for me.
Yeah, it's funny how things work out like that.
Oh, please let that be the vacuum cleaner guy, because I refuse to clean this place with a mop.
Hold on a second. What is that?
Oh, well, you said that we needed more love lights if we're ever going to stop Greg, and I need to start losing more weight. So I had Mr. Producer mail me this little thing from back home.
This again? Why do you want to lose weight so badly?
Well, the threat of diabetes aside, I need to be able to climb a flight of stairs without losing my breath if I'm ever going to stop Greg from doing whatever he does.
You know you don't have to do all that to review video games, right?
Oh, please, Scarlett. Look at me. I can barely do 10 sit-ups without breaking into a cold sweat. So I need a new body that's going to match this new heart and... Wii Fit Plus is going to help me do just that. I mean, after all, it's the 6th highest selling Wii game of all time, selling well over 22 million copies. And yes, that is a thing I know on the fly, because I don't have a lot going on in my life right now. I remember first hearing about this game on the Nintendo channel. You know, one of those free Wii channels where Nintendo promoted all their games and junk. It was there where I distinctly remember the cast of iCarly trying out Wii Fit. And I wanted it more than anything. The idea of exercising at home with a video game was just amazing to me. I mean, it was thanks to that I looked like this my freshman year. My, how times have changed.
It sure is, Gerald!
You sit. Wait, what? After a lot of begging and wish list making, I finally got the game for my 11th birthday, which happened to be 3 days after the game came out in the States. And it was everything I ever dreamed it could be. One reason being that it was another game I could play with my family, since my parents don't really play games like that. Like, we had profiles, we competed in the balance games to see who could do them the best. We had a whole little meal plan to make sure we were eating right. It was honestly a great part of my childhood. But now I'm 22 and overweight. And I don't know about you, but I don't really see myself battling hate personified if I can barely do 12 jumping jacks. That's why during my last summer vacation, I've been conducting a little experiment to see how effective Wii Fit Plus is as a workout tool. So the footage that you're going to see is me basically exercising back when I was in my old apartment, while I basically give you the results right here, right now.
Wait, why don't you do the experiment now, in this video?
Because grad school is kicking my butt right now and I need to clean this place up. So consider this me killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
But if that's true, why are you still fat?
I don't know. Why did you leave me in the bathroom for 2 hours while I was cleaning the floor with a toothbrush? Or better yet, how much love does Wii Fit Plus deserve? Well, let's find out. See what I did there? So when we first boot up the game, we're introduced to our friend Wii Balance Board, or Wallaby as I used to call him. Don't ask. At this point, this game asks you a bunch of questions, like what day is it, how old am I, would you like to download the Wii Fit channel? Then we move right to my first body test, which is how the game monitors your health and progress. It weighs you, calculates your BMI, and has you do a few body control games before giving you a Wii Fit age.
Oh, hey!
And while I'm not exactly slim thick, I don't really eat a lot of junk, especially nowadays. So naturally, I'd be considered obese. Come on, Wallaby, I ain't that bad. The game makes it a point to emphasize that if you do nothing else in your life, do a body test every single day. Because there's nothing more exciting for me than waking up to,
don't forget you're fat,
every morning. Even though my Wii Fit age is younger than my actual age, I'm still seen as a fat, lazy slob who probably bleeds popcorn butter. Seriously, what is up with these games insulting me lately? It's like a big old pandemic on my self-esteem. Yes, that is the best joke I could come up with. And I really hope it made you laugh, because now I gotta wash this pan again. It also doesn't help that whenever I step on Wallaby, he says, "Oh." Like, bruh, I ain't that heavy. Right? So, after that test on my self-esteem, the game asked me to set a goal to strive for, and right, I should probably talk about what my goal actually is, or was anyway. Now, seeing that I'm not trying to lose 90 pounds in 3 months because I'd like to actually eat and digest food, I'm just gonna go for a simple 5 pounds. And outside of this Fitness Pal app that I use to log my calories, I'm going to be using Wii Fit Plus exclusively so we can see how effective it is as a fun workout tool. And speaking of working out, before we jump into the training, we first gotta choose our trainer. I went ahead and chose the male trainer because he doesn't get enough love. So now Wallaby goes ahead and introduces us to the different modes we can play around with. Yoga, strength training, aerobics, and balance games. As well as Training Plus, an exclusive club for people who own Wii Fit Plus. And my Wii Fit Plus, a mode with a dumb name that will be my best friend during all of this. There we can set up our daily workout routines, play around with some presets, and explore some of my favorite exercises. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the drawer of stuff I'm never gonna use. So right now, the best option for today would be to play some presets. That way we can hit all the different categories in one go. You know, start off with 1 or 2 or 3 warm-ups, a few games for the body and mind, some exercises for my fatty fat, and some arm training, cause somehow I can't seem to do 6 push-ups now. Now when it comes to the actual game modes, strength training and yoga are pretty straightforward. Just mirror the movements of the trainer. The real challenge comes from your ability to do them and, well, work out. And don't worry, the game offers a short tutorial if it's your first time doing the exercise that you can easily skip if you're not yearning for a learn. Meanwhile, the aerobic and balance games each have their own set of instructions that are, again, pretty simple. I mean, if I figured them out when I was 11, it can't be that hard. Now, as you've probably guessed, most of these exercises will use Wallaby in some shape or form because gimmicks are fun. It'll measure how many reps you do, how well you can keep your center of balance within the yellow area, and whatever else they can think of. So now would be the part where I pretty much tell you how terrible it is that this entire game bases its entire existence on a gimmick as wonky as motion controls. Except for the fact that I really like Wallaby and how to utilize him in this game. Despite Wallaby being used as a paperweight, a shoe rack, or being thrown against the wall for the better part of 10 years, it still works as intended. Wallaby's shockingly accurate and highly responsive. I mean, sure it gets a little wishy-washy when you use it on carpet, but it's not a deal breaker. Playing all these games with it is still ridiculously fun. Okay, be honest, am I using too many leads? Because I feel like I'm using too many leads. Also, apparently, oh jeez, I just did it again, didn't I? Anyway, apparently, the design was based off of sumo wrestlers who would weigh themselves with 2 scales, i.e. the left and right rectangles on Wallaby. And this guy is pretty sturdy. He's able to precisely weigh up to 300 pounds and hold twice as much, which means this guy doesn't think I'm heavy, he's just being petty. Also, I hope you guys like the gag, cause now I gotta get new glasses! So after about 30 minutes of, I finally finished my first day of really getting fit. Plus, I got a nice little explanation of how the game uses these things called METs to measure calories, which you can look up yourself, because I'm really tired and I want to eat Wendy's. I mean, that's what I did after the workout, so... You know what? I'm gonna go get a 4 for 4. I'll be back. So, turns out that 4 for 4 I got was a bad idea because I ended up gaining weight. And Wallaby's not too happy about that. Like, he's legit making me tell him why I gained weight when I'm supposed to be losing it, which makes me feel good about myself. Doesn't help that I bombed the body control section because I can't be still to save my life, and I forgot I wasn't supposed to touch the walls in the prediction test. So now I'm 30. So if you haven't caught on yet, the body control tests change randomly every time you do a body test, which can be good and bad. On one hand, it's great that the game will test me on various aspects of my health like agility or peripheral vision. And let's be real, doing all the body control tests at once would be time consuming. No one in their right mind would do that every day.
But on the other hand, it makes the Wii Fit age seem completely worthless because it largely depends on if you're good at whatever they're testing you on. So it is more of a novelty that you shouldn't take all that seriously.
Should you really be eating that if you're supposed to be losing weight?
Oh, what'd you do that for? I was gonna eat that.
For the rest of that session, I just tried some more presets while we're doing the warm-up preset because I likes it like that. But that's when I realized how hit or miss some of these exercises are. Don't get me wrong, there are some real heavy hitters in this bunch, like the jackknives, the single leg twist, and the standing knee pose. But some of them just don't translate that well, like the rowing squat or the warrior pose sometimes. Seriously, I felt like no type of burn when I did these squats, and I don't know why that is. Also, there are times when getting a good score in an exercise to get some accurate advice and actually working out aren't always one-to-one, especially with the ones where you gotta have one foot on wallaby and one foot on the floor behind you. And trust me, you want the advice you get to be as accurate as possible because these tips are really helpful. Like, petty grunts aside, Wallaby and the Wii Fit trainer, who I'm gonna call Fred Fart because callbacks, give some helpful tips on how to get better at an exercise. Heck, Fred Fart will even give some real-time advice to help you get a better score and make the workout more effective. Assuming you both agree on what a lunge is. And if that's not enough for you, Wallaby will even give you some interesting info on posture, eating habits, and how much balance plays a key role in our everyday lives. And personally, I just think it's really cool learning new ways on how to fit into my old clothes again. Seriously, like half the clothes I brought with me don't even fit me anymore. Like, for example, 4 years ago, I had bought this little hoodie off of Amazon, and it fit perfectly fine then. Nowadays, I can't even wear it without blocking a major artery.
Well, it should fit a little better now, right?
So anyway, yeah. Not much to say for that day. I just ate some Sonic and practiced my marimba. So, on to day 3.
But what about the...
So now I'm gonna use the routine function and actually get a proper workout in. I mean, after all, I lost 0.2 of a pound yesterday, so I gotta keep that momentum going. And best believe, if you really wanna work out, this mode is the way to go. It's no doubt the crown jewel of this whole plus business. This mode only uses strength and yoga exercises, so no basic step for you, but you get to completely customize what exercises you wanna do. The benefit of using this over the presets, or heck, just selecting them like normal, is that the custom routines are continuous. A common complaint I heard about this game is how long it takes to switch between each exercise. And yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. I mean, it's not that bad if you know ahead of time what you're gonna do, but more often than not, you're deciding as you go, and by the time you find what you want, your heart rate has already dropped, which makes losing weight that much harder. With the custom routines, there are no low points, no scores to keep, no having Wallaby scan your feet for the 28th time today. It's just you, Fred Fart, and the checklist. And they give you just enough time to take a quick breather in between reps without lowering your heart rate, making the workout that much more effective. The only downside I can think of is that you're locked into doing only the minimum rep counts. And while yes, you can do the same exercise back to back as much as you like, I just wish I had the option to choose. And hey, while we're riding this positivity train, the aerobic games I played after my routine are also pretty cool. My absolute favorite aerobic game, or heck, game within a game period, are the rhythm games, like the stepping games and rhythm boxing, especially on Expert. To me, they are the shining example of a fitness game. They're fun and keep you engaged while also toning your body. There's also hula hooping, which is a thing. And then there's Basic Run, which sucks. The Wii Remote doesn't translate running all that well, giving you this feeling that you're always doing it wrong. It doesn't help that I have no idea how to do it well because I can never get past 1 star. There's also the fact that living upstairs, like I did, may cause your downstairs neighbor to play rhythm boxing on your face. Like, real talk, my neighbor did have to talk to me a couple times about, keeping the stomping down, which, thankfully, he was very nice about it. But it was still very uncomfortable. Much like this hoodie. I don't know why I decided to put it on, but it's very tight and I can't really breathe. Please send help. Oh, my apologies. Did you really expect the pain to go away because of a fancy transition? Because it did, especially in my left arm. Now, day 4 is technically day 6. I had to take the weekend to study for my finals. But I did find out something interesting during a study break. Turns out BMI, the thing that Wannabe uses to remind me I'm fat, is not completely accurate. And by that, I mean it's completely worthless. BMI, or body mass index, is just your weight divided by your height, which is simple enough. The problem comes from the fact that it doesn't separate fat from muscle. So, as far as BMI is concerned, Olympic gold medalist and a chicken McNugget enthusiast are the same. So just take the BMI rating with a grain of salt and focus on losing weight. And I'm so glad I found that out because I somehow lost 3 whole pounds during the weekend, which is cause for celebration. By the way, I still can't take this off. After doing another custom routine, I decided to treat myself to some balance games. And these little guys are fun little distractions that actually improve your balance a little. Not as much as the game would like you to believe, but it does. Oh, thank goodness. Now, a lot of the balance games are fine for the most part. Soccer heading is nice and simple, tilt table and balance bubble are very stimulating, and locus focus is honestly really relaxing for a game where you just have to sit still. Everything else is alright, I guess. Not really memorable or something I'd play again, but they're fine. And of course, there's the worst game within the game, the slalom games. Not because they're responsive and have very tight controls, but because I'm really bad at it, and therefore it's terrible and awful. This is an objective fact that I, the Loveless Gamer, am making. Don't at me. So yeah, overall this was a nice and fun experience. Not to mention, I got fit on the Wii. So that's a plus.
Wait, what about the other 85 days?
Well, you get the basic point that I'm already saying. No need to go further.
And actually, looking at the game's chart, you went back to the weight you started with. So it's safe to say you didn't make any progress.
I mean, that could be left up to interpretation.
Don't forget about me. I'm growing by the minute.
All right, fine. I gave up.
Did your stomach just talk?
Look, I really don't want to admit it, but I gave up. The next day I found out I gained some more weight back, and that messed me up a bit. By the time I finally got over that, I was graduating with my bachelor's. Then I had my birthday. Then I had to play some gigs and work for Domino's full-time just to pay the rent. I just didn't have the time anymore. Really, I didn't play it again until about a week before I moved. And that was so I could get some footage on some of the games in Training Plus, which, based on scientific research, I can confirm are, in fact, games. Except Snowball Fight. That one's actually really good. So yes, my fellow Love Muffins, I failed the challenge. Miserably. Like, I gained 10 pounds since recording that back in August. You kidding me? But despite my obvious failure, I can't really blame the game for that. I mean, because when I was playing it, I had a blast. And when I was disciplined enough to keep doing it and follow its advice, I was genuinely losing weight. So I could conclude that if I had just stayed disciplined, if I had made the time for it, if I didn't make a lot of excuses for why I couldn't do it, I probably would have shattered the goal, if I'm being honest. I'd at least be 20 pounds lighter than I am right now. So that's a comforting thought to have. And really it's for this reason and more that I have to give Wii Fit Plus my love rating of a queen. Looking at Wii Fit as a game, it really isn't anything special. It's just another collection of minigames on the Wii. But as an exercise tool, it has a lot going for it. The Wii balance board is accurate and responsive. There's a lot of helpful tips to improve your balance, your posture, and your health. And the routine function is just brilliant. So it's definitely better than an acquaintance. But on the other side of the coin, the BMI system is horribly outdated. The Wii Fit ages are pointless. The aerobic and balance games, as fun as some of them are, do get old after a while. And using anything other than the routine function to work out is basically counterproductive. So it's not good enough to get that friend rating. So it's gonna rest in that nice middle rating of the acquaintance friend, or acquaint as I like to put it. If you really want to manage your physical health and you happen to find this on sale for like $20, $30, then I'd go ahead and pick it up. You'll be surprised how fun getting fit can really be. Whew, okay, that's another love light for the books. I just wish I did a better job actually following through on this challenge is all.
Gerald, you don't have to be physically fit for the work you're doing. You need to work on you.
What? And that's what I've been trying to do.
No, mentally. A healthy body means nothing without a healthy mind. You have a new heart, yes, but that doesn't mean those insecurities will just go away.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I do need to take better care of my mental state. And I think I have just the game to do it.
Gerald, you can't use games to solve your problems.
Well, I can try, Mom! Thank you all so much for watching. If you want more Loveless Gamer Show, make sure you subscribe to become a Love Muffin today, and ring the bell if you want to put a cherry on top of that. And remember to take care of yourselves. Physical fitness is important, but at the end of the day, it's your mental health that truly matters in the long run. So, until next time, I'm the Loveless Gamer, and I believe that every game deserves a little love. See you guys next time.